Good evening, students. So in last class we have discussed about the electric field and measurement of electric field because of distribution of charges. Okay, and we are taking the distribution of charge like a point charge in terms of position vector and group of point charge or superposition principle. And if we look forward the measurement of the electric field because of the distribution of charges, or simply we can say because of the continuous distribution of charge, then in case of measurement of electric field in case of continuous distribution of charges, we can take the measurement like this. So let us take measurement of electric field due to continuous distribution of charges. Continuous distribution of charges. Okay. So in case of continuous distribution of charges, as we discuss in electric charge, the continuous distribution of charges are mainly divided into three categories, that is the linear charge distribution, surface charge distribution and volume charge distribution. And we also measure what are the different expression for force in case of linear charge distribution, surface charge distribution and volume charge distribution. Okay. And when we are calculating the electric field for the distribution of charges like linear, surface and volume, so we can use directly the formula of a force that we have already derived in case of the electric charge. Okay. So in case of distribution of charges, we mainly deal with three different factors, that is, one is linear charge density. Okay. That linear charge density, if you remember, that is the distribution of charge per unit length. Okay. Another one is surface charge density. Okay. So that is sigma. Okay. So surface charge density equal to distribution of charge per unit area. Okay. And last one is the volume charge density. Okay. So simply volume charge density we take as rho. So that equals to distribution of charge per unit volume. Okay. And its unit is coulomb meter to the power -1, and this unit is coulomb meter to the power -2, and this unit is coulomb meter to the power -3. Okay. So in case of measurement of electric field in case of continuous distribution of charges, suppose I take first case, that is linear charge distribution. Linear charge distribution. Okay. So in case of linear charge distribution, we simply take a line, okay, in which a large number of charges distributed uniformly. Okay. And when we measure the expression for electric force by taking a test charge Q0 at a certain distance of r, okay. Okay. So in such case, we divide the total line element into small number of elements, that is dl containing the charge dq. Okay. That we have already mentioned in the electric charge paper. Okay. So the expression for force, so we can say force for linear charge distribution is F equal to Q0 by 4 pi epsilon 0 integration over L, okay, lambda dl divided by r square into r cap. Okay. So that is the expression for force for linear charge distribution, that is Q0 by 4 pi epsilon 0 lambda dl by r square r cap. Okay. and that lambda dl, that will be the lambda is the linear charge density and dl is the small length that contains the charge dq. Okay. So as we know electric field for linear charge distribution E equal to force per unit charge. Okay. So if we want to measure the expression for electric field at the point of q naught, then E equals to F by q naught. Okay. So that equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integration over L lambda dl divided by r square r cap. Okay. So that will give the expression for electric field for the linear charge distribution. The second thing is surface charge distribution. Okay, surface charge distribution. Okay, so if we consider any surface in which a large number of charge distributed uniformly suppose we assume a small area, okay, that contains a small charge dq, okay, and the area of the small region is ds, okay, and this region is at a distance of r from any test charge q naught. Okay. So at point P we have to measure the expression for electric field for this surface charge distribution. Okay. So force at P due to surface charge distribution is F equal to q naught by 4 pi epsilon 0 integration over s, that is a surface integral, double integral, okay, integration over s sigma ds divided by r square into r cap. Okay. So that's why electric field E equals to F by q naught. So that equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, because q naught cancel each other. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integration over s sigma ds divided by r square r cap. Okay. So that will give the expression for electric field for the surface charge distribution. Okay. Then we consider about the volume charge distribution. Okay. So in case of volume charge distribution, we have to assume that a large number of charges distributed uniformly over a volume, okay, over a volume V. Okay. So in which we assume a small volume that contains charge dq and volume of that small region is dV, like this. Okay. Suppose this region has the volume dV and it contains the charge dq, that small volume, and we are taking a point of observation P at which there is a test charge q0, okay, at a distance of r. Okay. So in such case, what is the expression for force? So force at P due to volume charge distribution is F equal to q naught by 4 pi epsilon 0 integration over volume, okay, rho dV divided by r square into r cap. Okay. So that's why the electric field E equals to q naught by E equals to F by Q naught. Okay, so that's why 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 integration over V rho dV divided by r square into r cap. So that will give the expression for electric field in case of a volume charge distribution. Okay, so now let us discuss an interesting thing in the electric field is that electric dipole. Okay, an interesting part of the electric field, that is electric dipole. Okay, so when we take electric dipole, look at the term, that is here there is a word di. Okay, there is a word di and there is also pole. Okay, pole means we can, di means there are two different sides. Okay, pole means there are sides. So there are two different sides of the electric element. Okay, electric dipole means we can say it contains two charges. Okay, so when we take electric dipole means we can say two charges. Okay, and though that two charges must be opposite sign. Okay, must be opposite sign means we can say one charge is positive and another charge is negative. Okay, so when two charges separated by some distance, then they constitute electric dipole, and that two charges must be opposite nature. Okay, but the important thing is that both the charges must have same magnitude. Okay, so that's why a simple definition of electric dipole we can say two equal and opposite charges when separated by some distance, they constitute electric dipole. Okay, again I repeat, when two equal and opposite charges separated by some distance, then they constitute electric dipole. Okay, so equal and opposite means both the charges must have same magnitude, but their sign must be different. That means if one charge is positive, another charge must be negative, but magnitude of both positive and negative charge must be equal. Okay, so that's why an electric dipole contains two different charges, one is plus q and another one is suppose minus q, but plus q magnitude equals to minus q magnitude, that must be q. Okay, so both the charges must have same magnitude and they must be separated by some distance. Okay, so when two opposite charges equal in magnitude separated by some distance, then they constitute electric dipole. Understand? Now let us take that distance as 2a. Okay, that means the distance between that two opposite charges is 2a. Okay, so in such case we can measure the strength of that electric dipole. Okay, and the strength of the electric dipole is known as electric dipole moment. Okay, so what is an electric dipole? So simply we can say two equal and opposite charges separated by some distance will constitute electric dipole. Okay, will constitute electric dipole. So that's why the electric dipole can be represented as like pictorially, that is plus q and that is minus q, and their separation suppose I consider 2a. Okay, and 2a is taken in order to make a calculation simple. Okay. So, in case of when we measure the strength of the electric dipole, the strength of an electric dipole is called electric dipole moment. Okay. So, let us measure electric dipole moment. Okay. So, electric dipole moment, or we can say strength of the electric dipole. Electric dipole moment, simply it is called P vector. Okay. Or it is called also strength of an electric dipole. Okay. So, dipole moment or electric dipole moment simply defined as the product of magnitude of either charges into separation between the two charges. Okay. So, electric dipole moment is a vector quantity whose magnitude is equal to the product of magnitude of either charges with the distance of separation between the two charges. Okay. So, that is why we can say dipole moment P equal to 2a into q, and electric dipole moment is a vector quantity. Dipole moment is a vector quantity. Dipole moment is a vector quantity. So, vector means it must have a direction. So, direction of dipole moment, direction of dipole moment is negative to positive charge. Okay, negative to positive charge, or we can say opposite to the electric field. Opposite to the electric field. Okay, so the direction of the electric dipole moment, the direction of electric dipole moment is negative charge to positive charge. Okay, or we can simply say opposite to the electric field, because electric field is directed from positive to negative. They starts from positive ends at the negative, but the dipole moment or the direction of dipole moment starts from the negative charge ends at the positive charge. So, that is why we say it is opposite to the electric field. So, dipole moment simply it is a vector quantity whose magnitude equal to magnitude of either charges, whose magnitude is equal to product of magnitude of either charges to the separation between the two charges, and its direction is opposite to the electric field, or we can say that is negative to positive charge. Okay. So, what is the unit of dipole moment? So, simply we can say unit of P vector equals to, so it is 2a into q, 2a is the distance, q is the charge. So, that is why you can say coulomb into meter. Okay. So, unit of dipole moment is coulomb into meter. Understand? Okay. Now, in case of dipole moment or electric dipole, there are also two different things that we have to remember, that is, one is axial line and another one is equatorial line. Suppose I consider this is an electric dipole. Okay. So, first factor is axial line, another one is equatorial line. Okay. So, in case of electric dipole, these are the two important things. Okay. Suppose I consider this is a electric dipole, this one is plus q and this one is minus q. Okay. And the distance between the two charges, suppose 2a. Okay. axial line and equatorial line are always represent as per the electric dipole. Okay, suppose I consider here center of the electric dipole is O. Okay, center of the electric dipole is O. Okay, first come to axial line. Okay, so axial line means it is the line that joins the two charges. Okay, or we can say it is the line that passes through the line joining the two charges. Okay, it is the line that passes through the line joining the two charges. So that's why you can say axial line, this one. Okay, this line passes through the line joining the two charges. So that's why this line is called axial line. Okay, so axial line means we can say it is the line that passes through the line joining the two charges. Okay, secondly come to the equatorial line. Okay, equatorial line means we can say it is the line that passes through the center of the electric dipole and perpendicular to the dipole length. Okay, equatorial line, that is, it is a line that passes through the center of the electric dipole and it is perpendicular to the dipole length. Okay, that means we can say this is the line. If we draw a line like this, then we can say this line passes through the center of the electric dipole and it is perpendicular to the dipole length. Okay, so that's why we can say that is equatorial line. Okay, understand what is axial, what is equatorial? Axial line means it is the line that passes through the line joining the two charges. Okay, and equatorial line, that is the line that passes through the center of the electric dipole and perpendicular to the dipole length, that is called equatorial line. Okay, so depending upon the axial line and equatorial line, there are two different long questions that always comes in your board exams. Okay, so in next class we discuss the two long question that depends upon the axial line and equatorial line for an electric dipole. Okay, thank you.